evening, everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome. I am so glad to have you here. I appreciate that chat has already descended into chaos with my mods banning just whoever they can think of. But Greg, Luca, Juice, Cahill, Josh. Feel like I missed somebody, but I'm not seeing it. But yeah, as well as always, anybody who's hanging out, lurking, it is lovely to have you here, as always. You know, I might at this point, Juice. So not everybody can see. I think only mods can see the ban messages. So for those of you who aren't mods, I want to explain that Cahill banned Jeffrey Bezos, Luca banned Trump, Juice banned George, reason Washington, because they put it as 2 words. Cahill banned George the Third, Juice banned George Washington, 1 word, Luca banned Columbus, Cahill banned Twitter, Luca banned Zuckerberg, Cahill banned Lizardmen, Luca banned the Rich. Lizard, have a good lurk. I hope you have a lovely day as well. So yeah, as I said, chat has already descended into chaos. But yeah, today we are starting a game I have wanted to stream for I don't know how long, for as long as I've been streaming. I really like this game. We'll go into the reasons why. The game has problems. It's imperfect. But what is there shines so brightly that it kind of doesn't matter. For my mods, you don't need to worry. So Juice banned racism. As far as I'm aware, Twitch doesn't check if a user exists before banning them. That's my understanding. They ban that user whether or not they exist. So if somebody calls, they do check? Well, then that's just weird. That's... Enjoy the lurk, T-Dragon. And yes, Josh, you need to see if you can get this running. However, I am not emulating this. I'm very excited to say that I am running this on a Wii U. Yeah. For shoutouts, they check. For banning, they don't check. Is my understanding. For banning, they just get banned, and if that user ever exists, then they'll already be banned. But yeah, I am going to tell you, I am nervous about this. But here we are. Also, it's the Wii U. Oh, Juice, I didn't find a working Wii U. This is my original Wii U. This is the Wii U I had that I bought in like 2011, I think it was. I bought it for myself, Christmas 2011. I brought it from South Africa to Canada. Because I knew there were things on here that I couldn't get anywhere else. Hello, Shadow Mage. I am going to be playing this with the Pro Controller. I believe almost everything in this game does not use the screen. There may be a few map-related things that use the screen, and in that case, there's nothing I can do to capture the screen. I'll just tell you all what's happening if it's exciting. You sold your Wii U because you needed the money, yeah, and you never played it because the gamepad was just too chunky. Oh, the Wii U had... the Wii U has several design problems. I just adore it. Let me know if the game volume is okay. Oh, I am so happy to be doing this. The music, just the aesthetic of it. The game volume seems very quiet to me. Is that true for anybody else? Because I can boost it. But if it is a reasonable volume, volume's good. Fantastic. Then it is time to start a new game. So, this is a Xenoblade Chronicles game. But, please do, Cahill. This is not a sequel to Xenoblade Chronicles. It is... The story is not related. It is a spiritual successor. It takes place broadly in the same, like, multiverse, probably. But it is not a sequel to Xenoblade Chronicles. Cahill, that's fine. I really don't mind people watching multiple streams. And frankly, it's Barry's birthday. God, go give Barry some love as well. Ooh. When playing online, your in-game profile will be shared with other Xenoblade Chronicles X players. Correct, Josh. When playing online. What is this? Some strange object? Drifting through space? Surely this is nothing of importance. Oh my. Voyager has met with an unfortunate end. I love this. Correct, Cahill. It is entirely disconnected to the best of everyone's knowledge at this point. Maybe a sequel will change that, but... Aww.
July 2054 AD. The Earth was caught in a great battle between unknown alien forces. Their weapons were terrifying and powerful beyond human reckoning. Our planet was overwhelmed. Its surface reduced to ash and rubble in the blink of an eye. The Coalition government knew the war was coming. In response, they prepared the Earth-Life Colonization Project, Project Exodus. Interstellar arcs were launched all across the planet, from every major city on Earth. Bravely, we leapt from our cradle, our home for the last 4.5 billion years. But most of the Arks never even made it out of the atmosphere. Only a small handful managed to escape. Among them was our ship, the White Whale. After leaving Earth behind, we spent 2 years wandering in space, searching. We thought of ourselves as the lucky ones, the pioneers who would settle a new world. But our past caught up with us, literally. The alien blitz was unrelenting. If not for the efforts of a lone hero, we would never have survived. Our ship took heavy damage. We lost control. With our flight systems down, the White Whale was pulled into the gravitational field of a nearby planet, its hull shattering and breaking to pieces as we plummeted toward the surface.
So,
since then, 2 months have passed.
I cannot express how much I love this game. I love the opening. One of the things I like is humans aren't really the targets. Like, Earth is caught in the middle of a war between 2 alien races. Also, yes, player created avatar, bitches. And yes, I'm playing as a girl. You can't stop me. I really don't like how young this one looks. I don't like the curls. You know, there are a lot of good choices here. These are just the bases, by the way. You can tweak it a lot. I'm leaning towards this as a base. This is very much anime protagonist girl, and I'm fine with that because this whole game is anime protagonist. But I just want to see. Not everyone is irredeemably depressed, Cahill. Just most of them. Kind of. You like this one, Cahill, or what do you mean by last one? With stream delay, you've got to give me positions. Yeah, bottom right kind of has... Yeah, I think bottom right is a good base. So, you can make them bigger or smaller. Just because they are a girl doesn't mean they cannot be large. Teeny tiny. But, if girl, why not large? You can also change the background, by the way. Which is a minor point, but gives the game the opportunity to show off just a little bit. That does not surprise me, Josh. Oh, Cahill. Cahill, this game has a Samus. Don't you worry. Skin color, I'm actually thinking of going a little darker. Thinking light freckles. Or... actually kind of like that. Juice, unfortunately not. This game... It's not perfect. So this is just like blush. That actually works kind of nicely. I like the lip scar. I feel like the lip scar is really good. I'm not gonna go with the mole. Ooh, I'm kind of into this, and I'm kind of into this. Okay, no. The tied together ponytails are so good. Oh. Oh, Lord. Hail! That's because it's great! It's just also... it has problems. But it's so good. Nah, I don't like the hair standing up. Shadow Mage, what? I want my character to look cool. And for me, there's something badass about the two tied together ponytails. You know what, Josh? That is one of the bigger problems. You have many options for color. Oh, you asked me to stop making your perfect waifu. Well, I mean, in that case, we share. I'm just not 100% on the green hair. It's a bit light. I'm thinking of leaning just into like a pleasant brown. I said what I said, Shadow Mage. Yeah. And yes, they have the most anime eyes imaginable. And yeah, you can change the pupil color and iris color separately. Ooh! Go with a nice gray for the outside. I didn't save it. I'm actually curious. Yeah. I'd like a blue ring on the inside. Heart pupils are not an option in this game, unfortunately. And yes, there are several options for eyeshadow. Unfortunately, you can't make her like a complete slut makeup. Because there's a place in the world for slut makeup. Unfortunately, that place is not this game. Yeah, there are a lot of color options. I'm not usually big into, like, the face paint on characters. Although they do have, like, several interesting options. You can be a clown. Which I'm not going to, but I adore that it's an option. I'm not doing it. But the fact that the game includes it is so important to me. The thing is she doesn't have the right colors to be Void Clown. Oh god, I forgot Barry had that now. What I am going to go with is that. Luca, we were talking about whether or not to make my character an actual clown. Like, literally, there's clown makeup as a face paint option. Not exaggerating. It's just a thing. Nah, Cahill. These are the two I like, and I'm going with number 2. I don't know, there's just something about that appeals to me. Heck. Thank you, Gold. Is that a Mass Effect reference? I don't know. And you can even choose your voice.
Shall we? They never stood a chance. Ha! Nice job. Hey there. We're gonna do great.
Hello, Chester. Yes, they tell you who the voice actors are. For those of you who played Xenoblade Chronicles 1,
I've lost my balance.
Fiora is a voice option for the lady, as Shulk is for the boy.
What?
Which I appreciate.
Huh? Just tell me what to do. It's a pleasure.
I'm gonna go with the mature voice because I really like it.
Success. Hello. Shall we? Hello.
Ahoy, Niv. It is, Josh. It is one of the several good tracks, and not one of the several bad tracks in this game. Because this game has both. Oh, but whomst is Elma? We are, Niv.
Attention, external access confirmed. Disengaging stasis in 10 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I mean, Cahill, this one definitely does. My heart, it's beating so hard.
Releasing hatch. Please stand clear.
there. Looks like you're all in one piece.
It's her! It's the best character. Just instant fucking wife.
Careful. Just
Yes.
take it nice and slow.
Hold me,
okay?
Elma.
Your senses will need time to reactivate.
She is the Samus. She's not as big as Samus, but she's maybe as cool. Maybe cooler.
Your pod is the only one around that landed intact. Good thing I found you. My name's Elma. You want to tell me yours? You don't even remember your own name? It must be the stasis hangover. That's not good. Just try and focus, all right?
Whoops, time to use the gamepad, apparently. So, I'm not gonna call myself Peak. As much as, like, that's my avatar. This is like a game I'm gonna be playing for a long time. Juice, what do you mean they kept the clunky dialogue? This is the original. This is the Wii U game. So I'm going to go with... I normally go with one of two names for named female characters in games. And I'm going to go with the one that I prefer for this. Which is Ivy. Which I think is a lovely name. Oh, Juice. Same writers throughout. Just wait until we get to Xenoblade 2. That game's got some amazing and some terrible dialogue. Oh? Really, Cahill? Why does Ivy make Deja nut? Oh, Poison Ivy. The two I normally go with, I like Lily and Ivy. I feel like Ivy works well in this situation. Heck, already did enter a name. There we go. I'm sorry, Luca. I did not. I feel bad now.
Good, there we go. What else you remember? It'll come. In the meantime, I'll get you up to speed here as best I can. How are your limbs? Can you move?
Oh, you're completely correct, Luca. I did a dum-dum. I'm sorry. So, there are several moments like this throughout the game where you can choose between one of two options. Bizarrely, these are like branching story paths. Not massive changes, but every one of them leads to different dialogue, making a true 100% playthrough of this game an absurd thing to even attempt. Luca, several people know that game better than me. I'm proud of you. Have good sleep.
We'll take it easy while you shake the stasis out of your system. One step at a time, all right? First things first, you'll be needing a weapon.
Yeah. Give gun.
There you go. All right, let's get going.
Yes. God, this game is stunning. Yeah, that is an unfortunate thing. This game has a lot of the issues of the Wii U in general, which is people learning about HD, but still making teeny tiny text that would have looked better in 340p. By the time the Switch came, a lot of games have, like, big, chunky, readable text. But it's really difficult on here. And there's no way for me to change that. And I'm so sorry. Take a moment to check the mini-map. If you're ever stumped, following the yellow arrow should reveal the way forward, though an occasional excursion off the beaten path never hurts. You know what they say about all work and no play, after all. And we are in Primordia. In the Starfall Basin. Oh ho! What is that? That's completely fair, Gold. It is tiny in places.
Most of the white whale's life pods didn't survive the crash, like this one. You're one of the lucky few. Right. You don't even remember the white whale, do you? You know, the L002? The ship we escaped Earth on? You remember Earth, right? Planet Earth. Your homeworld. Or rather, it used to be anyway. Unfortunately, it was caught in a battle between two alien forces.
Oh my, Kato. What an interesting thing to say.
Ring any bells?
Oh, so we've got full-on amnesia.
It's one memory I'd like to forget.
Hello, Bug.
I know. It's been following me for a while now. I didn't want to alarm you, but we're going to need to defend ourselves. You up to the task?
I'll address the song in a moment. Target and draw.
It didn't have to be like this. Shadow strike! Assault hammer! Flinger!
So I will go over the combat in detail at some point.
Flame grenade!
I love the battle music in this game.
You're not half bad. There's plenty of work back in the city for someone who knows how to handle a weapon, you know.
So, that track you were listening to for a while there is called Black Tar. It is the standard battle theme in this game. Many people, including me, hated that when we first heard it. It grows on you so much. I adore that song as a battle theme. One of the things they immediately do in this game that I think is good is aesthetically, including in terms of music. This is not the original Xenoblade Chronicles. Don't expect the same game. It looks different. It's clearly sci-fi instead of fantasy. The music is different. You know what you're going into. Correct, Juice. They have power. Look depressed at the idea of work. I mean, that's just a fucking mood.
Hey, I'm not trying to pressure you into anything, alright? It'll be your decision in the end. But anyway, we can talk more details later. For now, let's keep moving.
From that dude, we get advanced iron blades. Which we'll look into in a moment. Oh lordy. Where are my settings? Do vertical inverted. Thank you. I am a vertical inverted man, and no one can stop me. Oh, that's so much better. Field actions are things we can do to try to get treasure. From that, we got prototype bodywear, which I can tell you is a type of armor. There's another thing over here. And yes, you have to mash A to get through this. For no particular reason. But you get experience, so I leveled up from that. These are collectibles, similar to the ones in the original Xenoblade Chronicles.
Very well. Let's engaging. Lay down some fire for me. Assault hammer.
So the attack I used there, Assault Hammer, topples a staggered enemy.
I can't move.
We've seen in Xenoblade Chronicles 1, stagger was called break instead of stagger, but it was the same concept.
We're gaining ground. I need recovery on first. Blazes?
Ow!
Shadow strike.
Oh, I got heckin' interrupted. This is not going great, but we'll win.
Spectacularly done. Nice work.
We saw there I got a class rank up, and I got an art from that. So, this game has a lot going on, which I will show in a moment. So, if we go to party, there's a ton of shit already. So we can see which arts I've got. And you can see that my two weapons are an assault rifle and a knife. You will get different arts available depending on which weapons you use. I previously had Assault Hammer. So, Assault Hammer deals physical damage and inflicts topple on staggered enemies. Flame Grenade does thermal damage, inflicts blaze, which is damage over time. And if a target is toppled, it boosts damage. So you basically want to Assault Hammer into Flame Grenade. You'll notice there's something called Secondary Cooldown. So, arts have their normal cooldown, but after they've cooled down, there is another cooldown you can wait for, which in this case will deal an extra 250% damage. Tertiary Cooldown is another thing. We can't even get that yet. They tell us about it, it won't even happen. Assault Hammer, Secondary Cooldown, and Tertiary Cooldown basically just mean you can immediately use it again. So if you get to Tertiary Cooldown, you can use this 3 times in a row. Chrome Armor basically just increases your resistance to physical attacks. It's useful, but not amazing. I'm not going to go over every art for every character, because yeah, you can set every art for every character. And there's a lot. I'm also not going to play this game the most efficient way possible, because I don't think anybody could. Because there's a lot to this game. It is, Cahill. Enjoy your lurk. Also, this game has a little bit more verticality, which we'll see as the game progresses, and I love it. Yeah, I've been considering checking out Code Vein for a while. We'll see. Maybe one day. Different kind of efficiency, Juice, but yes. Landmark discovered. Shadow Rise.
I'll start things at range. Shadow strike. Target assault hammer. Flame grenade. Scream it.
See, these guys are much easier.
Chrome armor.
At any time during combat, I can switch between my knife and my gun. But certain arts also immediately switch you.
Shadow strike. Have to hold out. Upper hand. Heal me. I should heal up first. We're gaining ground. I need recovery. Flame grenade. Sliding. Nice. Yes. Move in and do nice work.
And we come out from between the cliffs. The rain begins to clear.
The rain's starting to let up, just in time for sunrise. Follow me. I promise you're gonna love this.
And we get our first view of Primordia proper. Oh yeah! Oh yeah, does this game have actual dinosaurs? Sure it does.
Pretty wild, huh? They're all indigenous, as far as we can tell. We need to learn to play nice with these guys if we're going to try and coexist together. We call this planet Mira. You won't find it on any star chart. But it's our new home.
Holy fuck, what an introduction to the planet.
Recognize the habitat unit? That's where we're headed. Watch yourself. That first step's a doozy. We can jump if you like. You could handle the fall. But the indigents down there are another story. Some big, some mean, all nasty.
It really does, Luca.
Given our options, the high road here would be the safer way to go, relatively speaking.
The safer way, or the fucking awesome way.
That said, whichever way you want to go, I'll follow your lead. You decide.
Okay. So, one of my favorite things about this game is when the developers were, well, when the designers were designing it, when they were planning things, they decided, you know what sucks about games with a lot of verticality? Fall damage. So, fuck fall damage. Oh yeah!
Listen.
The primordial creatures, or indigents as we blades call them, in these parts are vicious. It's a good idea not to engage them unless you absolutely have to. God, that text is tiny. There we go. When you're sprinting, you get this fucking amazing jump. Right, Nib?
I won't stop there.
This game pushed the Wii U to its absolute fucking limits. God, this music! Oh. All these little bits of debris get you experience, get you money, and occasionally get you useful items. Look at him. No, not him. The game will not even target Lad, who is level 50. There we go. Eternal Miliasaur. That is a way to die very quickly. But I discovered Sayram Lake. I'd forgotten there were pigs in this game. Also, I love the fact that you can run underneath them. Like, hitboxes in a lot of games, including the original Xenoblade Chronicles, are essentially just cubes. But you can run beneath this dude's legs. And yeah, if you run into them, you get launched. You don't take damage from that, but you do get yeeted. Well, yeah, part of the reason this game isn't on Switch is apparently there were technical issues getting it running on Switch. Even though the Switch is more powerful, it's also a completely different engine. How do I get up there? I forget. But yeah, it's a completely different engine. And it's not just like a direct thing. It was an actual, it would actually be porting, and it was quite difficult. The Switch also only has one screen. Now, most things in this game only happen on one screen, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue, but it is still partly an issue. On top of that, apparently, the Switch and the Wii U did online completely differently.
Looks a lot bigger up close, doesn't it?
And that would be difficult to port.
And this was just the habitat unit. The White Whale was one hell of a ship. Until it all came crashing down, at least. That's the West Gate. It's closed off now for security reasons. But we've repurposed a freight elevator that will get us inside. Grexes. Riled. We can't leave them roaming here, not this close to the gate. We're gonna have to take them down. You ready?
Yeah, I believe that's exactly what happened, Josh.
Engaging. Lay down some fire for me. Assault them! I have a shot. Fire it! That's it! Melee strikes! Sliding slip! I won't stop there! Now, melee attacks! Chrome armor! That put a dent in it. Move in and keep the rhythm going.
So, what's interesting is those things Elma is saying. Move in, keep the rhythm going, all of that.
Shadow strike!
Those things actually matter. They have specific meanings,
Move in and strike! Ready?
which I will go over. But basically,
Upper hand!
it's a suggestion for which art you should use. Whether you should use something melee or something ranged.
Assault them! Now! Aim for the toppled enemy!
Hey! And doing that gives bonuses. It's a very interesting system.
It's a shame we had to settle near so much wildlife. Luckily, some species aren't so hostile, but they aren't necessarily friendly either.
I'll go over it in more detail, Cahill,
I've come
but
to learn that there's a fine line between self-defense.
like the original
provoking
Xenoblade
fight.
Chronicles, you
need to walk
select
that line.
moves. Everything else is just auto attack.
All right, let's head in. Who knows? Maybe seeing the inside will jog your memory.
In fact, if I can find a weak
Strength
enemy,
comes from experience. That's true on any planet.
if I can find a nice weak enemy. I don't think there are many huggable monsters, unfortunately. Which I recognize is evil. Okay, so this pig here. We target him. If I just press A in the middle here, then I'll start auto-attacking. These to the left and right are my arts. Arts are specific attacks that deal specific kinds of damage. So I've already mentioned Assault Hammer, which can topple an enemy. Slit Edge, if you attack an enemy from the side, it boosts damage. And basically, the way you want to do it is you want to keep auto-attacking until you build up your arts, and then you want to use specific arts for specific effects. Enemies that are toppled can't hit you, take more damage, things like that.
Start things at range. Follow my lead in sight. Shadow strike. Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike. Flame grenade. Ready? Too bad. Use an aura. I'm ready. To battle.
So there she said, use an aura, get control of the battle. That is something I cannot do.
Melee attacks. Ready?
Elma asked me to do melee attacks. By doing that, we get bonuses to various things.
Gaining ground. I need recovery first. Shadow strike. Success. We got it. Let's move.
One thing I really appreciate about this, that didn't come back in Xenoblade 2, unfortunately, is for several enemies, you can actually damage various parts of their bodies. So, that enemy has, like, a big bulbous sac on their head, which you can break. You can break enemies' legs, you can break tails. In some cases, you can completely remove certain ways they attack by, for example, damaging their claws. And it's really cool. Hi, Piers.
Thanks.
But we really are, Shadow Mage. Oh, hello. You must be the new friend that Colonel Elma mentioned in her report. Having just woken up after all that time, I'm sure you're dying to get home and take a shower. Unfortunately, the west gate is closed at the moment. If you want to enter the city, you'll need to use the elevator at the top of the stairs. They'll probably open the gate soon, thanks to the great work you guys did killing the monsters that were causing all that trouble. Yeah, why didn't the rest of you do that? I saw like 4 soldiers here, all with guns. Whatever. But until then, you'll have to forgive the inconvenience. Please understand. Was that please understand, like, a reference to that thing? Who was it? Miyamoto or Satoru Iwata used to say? Anyway, we're listening to one of my favorite tracks at the moment, Primordia. But don't worry, because we're soon going to hear, in my opinion, one of the worst tracks in the game. God, that's a hell of a view. Okay, no, this is one of the best tracks. There's a different one.
Well, here we are. Not too shabby, huh? For a giant beached spaceship, anyway. But, like it or not, this place is our home now. We took the name from the city it was modeled after back on Earth. We call it New Los Angeles. Welcome to NLA.
This is the
And so
future
it was
liberals
that another
want.
survivor came to join our band of refugees. Together, we resolved to forge a new way of life here on Mira.
This is what happens if the Democrats win.
New LA was our beautiful life for
Kitan.
ourselves. Truth is, we were adrift, heading into the unknown. Our native home was gone, swallowed in a shroud of light. And our future was uncertain. We had no idea what fate lay in store for us. Only that we had to keep living in order to see it.
If this were an anime, this is clearly the end of episode 1. Shadow Mage, that's because you're not wrong. Also, fun fact, this game is literally too big for the Wii U properly. Like, the game came on a disc.
How about a quick tour of the facilities to refresh your
But
memory?
in order to avoid insane load times, like, I've got an
Let's
external
start with your
hard
living
drive
quarters.
because you
Follow me.
needed to download a bunch of extra shit so that the game could load at a reasonable pace. Correct, the data packs!
Brave citizens of New Los Angeles, good day. This is your Director General, Maurice Chausson. Today, I once again come to you with news I am truly delighted to share. Yesterday, we repatriated 10 more White Whale crew members. These fellow pioneers will rejoin our ranks as citizens of NLA, bringing with them skills and know-how that will bolster our ability to survive and indeed flourish here in our new home. This, of course, is only the latest success in our continuing efforts.
Director General?
Part of my
Since when?
initiative for the rescue and recovery of
2 days
all
ago,
of
ma'am.
our brothers and sisters. I stand here truly
From political aide to director general in just a few weeks. At this rate, he'll be emperor by next month.
for a better NLA and a better
Irina?
tomorrow.
Gwyn?
Nice work out there, ma'am.
Also, Irina is a little bit wife. She's not like 100% wife. That's Elma. But Irina is a bit wife as well.
Right. Introductions. Irina Akulov, Gwyn Evans.
This one of the survivors, Colonel?
The survivor. I only found a single pod intact at Starfall Basin.
Wait, what? What happened to 10 more crew members?
Come on, seriously? Chausson was never one to let the truth get in the way of a good speech.
Oh, spill the tea.
Still, every last survivor counts. You can call me Irina. I'm with the Interceptors.
Me too. Same division. You can call me Mr. Evans. Or just Gwyn.
The three of us were in the Coalition forces together. Specifically, the Special Operations Heavy Armor Training Unit, aka the Skeleton Crew. I was a colonel and Irina a lieutenant. Gwyn was a more recent recruit. Of course, I keep telling them we don't need those old ranks anymore now that we're here.
You're still Colonel to me, ma'am. No reorg will ever change that. And that's not about chain of command either. It's about respect. You've earned it.
And the award for best ass kiss goes to...
I am going to kick you, sir.
Well, I'd remind you both the ma'ams aren't necessary if I thought you'd listen.
All right, ma'am. We should be getting back to work. Until next time, Colonel.
Right. We should be going too. The administrative district isn't far. That's where you'll be calling home. For now, anyway.
By the way, in spite of the fact that we've already met wife, we haven't yet met the best character in this game. Elma is the best character, just like in most things ever. And she's not even the best character in this game. This is a track that gets old fast. That seems fine. Yes, I can confidently say that's fine. As I said, fine. Absolutely correct, Cahill.
Damn it! Look, I know what exhaust smells like, and it was exhaust in the cockpit. Just check the ductwork, would ya?
Oh, I'm checking. I just seriously doubt... Hey, look at that! The intake exhaust bypass is reversed. Oh man, it's a good thing I caught that.
You caught that? You're the one who cleared me to fly.
Everything okay? It's not like you to flub a flight check, Lynn. Good thing you had a rugged pilot like Doug at the controls.
Oh, hey Elma. How'd it go out there? And would this be one of the you-know-whos? Cool. I'm Lynn Lee Koo, mechanic and top all-around fix-it gal for Blade.
Hyper Shadow, thank you very much for the follow. I adore Lynn. Lynn is just... She is such a fucking sweetheart. I'm sure you will all grow to love her as well. She's just so adorable. She's also kind of mean sometimes. I mean, I don't think so. Like, nothing in this is 7 Chaos Emeralds, Shadow. I'm not gonna look skeptical. Find out how old Lynn is. Oh, I'm a dingus. This is for the sake of chat. I know how old Lynn is, but you don't.
She's 13. And I know, she looks young, and she is young, but trust me, she's one of our top talents.
Most of the time, that is. Most of the time.
Anyway, you guys heading back to the barracks?
Yeah. Why do you ask?
As long as you're here, why don't I take you on the transport? It's a great way to see the city. I'll give you the grand tour.
That sounds like a great idea.
Alright, Doug, I think that'll be all for today. You can clean up here and dock the Skell.
What?
Don't mind the exhaust. I'll take care of it tomorrow.
Don't mind it? Wait, why am I cleaning up your mess in the first place? Lynn! Lynn!
It's the shitty music, and I kind of love it. Yeet. Well, then I'm very glad to have you here. Oh, yes. The nighttime music is terrible. But yeah, I'm very happy to have you here, Hyper Shadow. I adore this game for all of its flaws. I am not its #1 fan. But there is so much I love about it. This song is not one of those things. And we'll be hearing a lot of it. And that's perfectly valid, Gold.
Not bad, huh? You can see everything from up here.
First time I played it, I got about 10 hours in, and I just couldn't keep going. And then the second time, I just adored it.
It's like a different city every time.
It's certainly come a long way in the last few weeks. There's still so much to be done.
One day at a time.
Speaking of which, we don't really have time for a full pleasure cruise here. Why don't you give us the express tour, Lynn? Just the highlights.
Okay, you got it. New LA is divided into 4 districts. We departed from the Industrial District, where Doug and I were conducting the flight test. It has food production, skill development, you know, industries and stuff.
It's also where the West Gate is located, remember? Expect to pass through there fairly often. The only other gate out of the city is in the Administrative District, but I'm skipping ahead.
Next is the Commercial District. Restaurants, galleries, cafes, clothing, groceries, you name it. It's a veritable shopping paradise.
The CD is the closest thing to a downtown we've got. It can
Yo,
get
that's
pretty
right,
crowded
Hyper.
sometimes.
Well, by NLA standards anyway. Day or night, the best and only bargains on the planet. To your right, the Residential District. Housing, housing, and more housing. Well, plus a nice park and the cathedral.
If you're ever looking for quiet time alone, or want to relax and unwind with a good book, that's the spot.
Right? The park is my favorite place to just zone out and chill. And last but not least, our destination, the Administrative District, the nerve center at the heart of NLA. Note the distinct dual-level structure here. The upper level holds our administrative tower, home to Blade HQ and the government. Not to mention Armory Alley, as well as the barracks where we live. The lower level there is a hangar complex for Skell maintenance and repairs. And this concludes our tour. We will be landing shortly.
Thanks, Lynn. We'll save the rest of orientation for once we're back at the barracks.
And then the landing transitions into an XCOM mission.
Enjoy your stay in the Administrative District, and thank you for flying Lindley Airlines.
Right. Let's get you over to the barracks. Then I should file my report. They'll be eager to hear the details on how I found you, I'm sure.
Well then, we better not keep them waiting. The barracks are pretty close, actually. They're set up just behind the giant blade tower here.
Yeah, that's pretty giant.
The road there wraps around the left side and leads right to it.
We'll pass through Armory Alley, but let's not get sidetracked, okay? We can check it out later.
Yeah, Cahill, she's 13. God, I have to say, using the Wii U Pro Controller again, this thing weighs nothing. This is Mechanical Level 2. I've only got Mechanical Level 1. I literally can't do this. This is Armory Alley. This is where you get better guns. We sell strange and unusual stuff my husband picks up out on the job. He's a Pathfinder, so he's always finding crazy space junk and whatnot. I don't have anything to show you right now, unfortunately, but check back later. He should be back in a little while with a new haul that'll blow your battle socks clean off. You have battle socks? Give me your battle socks.
Working hard?
The city's economy has finally sprung to life, and customers are swarming to Armory Alley. I must admit, I worried about our future when we were attacked by an unknown enemy and had to crash land on this dangerous world. But humans are tenacious creatures. It's hard not to appreciate that when you see the level of energy on display here. But I'd rather be a part of this than a mere observer, so I'd better get to work. Sell me guns! I don't believe you can buy guns yet. Unless... unable to confirm Blade ID. Fuck! I've got to go here first. Which is fine. I just want rad guns. And trust me, you can get such rad guns.
The Blade Barracks. Consider yourself our guest until we finish getting you registered. Feel free to come and go as you please.
Nah, I'm not gonna be a dick about this.
I think I can answer that one.
Boomst? Oh!
So, you must be the latest rescue.
Secretary Nagi!
Ms. Koo. Chipper as always, I see.
What can I say? Pep is my middle name.
No, Lee
I
is your
ran
middle
into
name.
Doug Barrett on the way here, and he didn't seem quite so upbeat. Anything about today's flight I should know?
No, nothing to worry about.
Good. Be sure it stays that way. More importantly, Elma, you found another one. Excellent work out there.
Just doing my job, Mr. Secretary.
Now, as for officially registering our new citizen here...
Why don't we talk inside? There's a lot of ground to cover. It could take some time.
Ah yes, of course. Forgive me. You must be weary from the stasis and your journey back to us. Please, after you.
It's gruff
I'll put on
teacher
some tea.
sensei. Not yet, Chris. Although, that's not true. We have seen a mech go vroom. It went vroom directly into the ground. Hello, Mindao.
Allow me to formally introduce myself. My name is Kentaro Nagi. You may remember me as Captain of the White Whale, but now I serve as Secretary of Defense here for New LA. The provisional government has charged me with keeping the peace, so all military and police matters fall under my jurisdiction.
He's also my superior officer.
I mean, he's
and
everybody's
be an excellent
superior.
person to talk to when you're ready to start looking for work.
What about a job right here with Blade? She seems capable.
Let's give it a little more time. At least until she knows enough to be able to make an informed decision. She seems to be suffering from some form of memory loss.
Memory loss? From the stasis?
She could barely remember her name, and nothing at all about what happened to Earth or the White Whale.
I see. Though, come to think of it, the entire lot of us have only been on this planet for what, 2 months? It shouldn't take very long to get caught up.
My thoughts exactly.
Well then, where should we begin?
Drive safe, Cahill. Ask how we ended up on Mira.
It started at the end, 2 years ago. The end of Earth. The casualty of a battle between two hyper-advanced alien civilizations. Their technology and weapons were beyond our comprehension. We were like infants, naked, powerless. The Earth was reduced to ash and blown away.
I still wonder if I hadn't been there. If maybe all of this could have somehow been avoided.
Oh.
No one can know that, Elma. What we do know is without you, there'd have been no Project Exodus, and no escape for any of us. Did it go perfectly? No. But we are here, and we are alive. We survived. So yes, Project Exodus. Once we learned the Earth might be threatened, we needed a plan to preserve all her various life forms. That plan was the Earth Life Colonization Project, otherwise known as Project Exodus.
Those of us who escaped on the White Whale spent over 2 years wandering in space. 2 hard years. But we clung to our mission, find a habitable planet and settle there. We had no idea how long it would take. Or that the decision would eventually be made for us.
The xenoforms found us again, and, well, it wasn't a happy reunion. Earth wasn't enough. They wanted humanity destroyed. For better and for worse, we were close to planet Mira when we lost control of the White Whale.
I'd say
Inertia and
entirely for
gravity
better.
took it from there.
The ship had taken way too much damage to survive entering the atmosphere intact. We had no choice. We channeled all the power we had left to soft land the habitat.
That's fair, Mindao.
Once the dust cleared, we set to work transforming it into its current state. Searching for survivors, establishing Blade, installing the provisional government. Basically, making it a sustainable city.
Ask for more information about Blade.
Blade is an acronym. Builders of a legacy after the destruction of Earth. Quite fitting, I think. It's a relatively new organization. Up there in space, we had plenty of provisions, and a crew trained to handle the limited amount of situations we might encounter in our travels. But of course, all that changed after we lost most of our ship and came crashing down here on Mira. We needed food, water, search and rescue teams, surveyors, police. The list goes on and on. It was too much for the provisional government to manage on its own, so Blade was born. The idea was to have one central organization with different disciplines to fill these various roles. Its core was pulled from the Coalition military, so it's mostly former soldiers. But fighting isn't our most important duty. Right now, we have a single top priority that supersedes all others. The search for and recovery of the Lifehold.
Oh ho.
Take a look at this. The White Whale was designed to carry an exceedingly large number of passengers, all of them held in stasis. All housed in a structure called the Lifehold. This is a complete schematic of that facility. Only essential personnel were conscious and active for the journey from Earth. The flight crew, maintenance engineers, and of course, some military so we could defend ourselves if necessary. But the vast majority were in the Lifehold. Are in the Lifehold. With any luck, they're all still there, in stasis, waiting to be rescued. But there's a problem. We now know the Lifehold broke apart along with the rest of the ship when we came down on Mira. What we don't know is exactly where all the pieces landed. Not very comforting, I know. Blade's top priority now is locating the missing units.
One thing I quickly want to address, those of you who know much about the Japanese version of this game, know that Blade is a much cooler, but also more bonkers acronym in Japan. So, Blade is an acronym for Building a Legacy After the Destruction of Earth. That's fine. In Japanese, it's Beyond Logos, Artificial Destiny Emancipation. Which doesn't actually mean anything, but sounds cool as fuck. Ask about registration.
Yes. All citizens of NLA are required to register their name, age, and occupation. We also ask you report any personal assets and take a short survey regarding your current state of health. All purely as a precaution. I'm sure you understand. As the caretakers of humanity's survival, we all have certain responsibilities.
And hey, it's not all bad. Registering gets you access to all kinds of public services.
In any case, I'm sure this is all a lot to digest. You'll be wanting some time.
Yeah, just
Ms.
a little
Coop,
bit.
Even I'm tired of hearing myself speak. Why don't you take our guest out for some air? Perhaps a tour of the administrative district.
Yes, sir. Come on, we'll keep this briefing brief.
Hee. And this is our first proper story mission. Which is just... God, that text is tiny. I'm so sorry for anybody watching this on mobile. God. Take a guided tour of the Blade Administrative District with Lynn and Elma, and learn more about life as a member of Blade. Shadow Mage, I believe that that was in the unofficial translation. I kind of love this track. It's this weirdly jazzy song.
You know, it's not every day we're authorized to let a civilian tour the administrative district.
Yeah. Nagi must really, really want her to join Blade.
With a few exceptions, that's true, Chris.
The AD is a bit different from the other districts. It's got everything a blade would need, all in one place, without any extra fluff.
Get a load of that skell. Even the way that they walk is so cool. Oh yeah, work it, baby.
Lynn, please. You are a child. Yeah, I'm gonna geek out with her.
Now this girl gets it. Aren't they just the coolest? Just everything about them. The lasers, the force fields, the bipedal and vehicular transformations. You ever have that dream where you're inside one and it's just transforming over and over and over? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Actually, I don't normally show this to people, but I've been working on some Skell fanfiction.
Lynn,
Hold on,
what?
I'll just pull it up here 1 sec.
Lynn?
Oh, right. Sorry.
Originally, Skells were developed as a defensive measure to counter potential alien threats. It wasn't enough to save Earth, though. We were outnumbered and outgunned. Still, just look around you. New LA has gone from basically nothing to this in just 2 short months. We could never have come so far, so fast, without Skell technology. I'd love to get you into one to see for yourself, but it's not that simple.
Well, yeah, duh. For one thing, only blades are allowed to pilot Skells.
Okay.
And even then, you need a license.
I can take a
These
driving
aren't
test.
toys we're talking about. They're complex machines with powerful weapons. And they're a precious resource. We only have so many of them to go around. So yes, as you might imagine, the certification process is a fairly rigorous one.
I'm sure you're thinking, where do I sign up for the test? But it's not that simple. They choose you, not the other way around. You can't just walk in the front door and volunteer.
There is some criteria. The details are largely hidden, but basically, HQ only allows the cream of the crop to take the test. Blades who go above and beyond in their duties, and for the people of New LA in general.
So what do you say? If you become a blade and work hard, I'm sure it'll only be a matter of time before they tap you on the shoulder.
Speaking of work, that reminds me. Why don't we check out the Mission Control Board first? That's where we take on our assignments.
Good call. Let's head on over.
Chris, as long as it's not slash fiction, I don't see any problem with that.
So this is mission control. We don't have a dispatch system yet, so blades usually choose their own assignments. Everyone comes here and selects from the missions available on the board.
And it's not just official blade tasks. Anyone with a request is free to post here. Businesses, citizens, whoever.
Yeah, it's basically how anything gets done in New LA, so the board is constantly updating. Just about every blade will stop by here at some point in their shift.
Rex
It's
is
like our
15.
second home. You'll always find a number of blades around here, blowing off steam or browsing mission control for their next assignment.
Whenever I get freed up, I'll stop here first thing to check for any missions I might be suited for.
Likewise. And if the assignment seems too tough to handle solo, that's what the Scout console is for. We should show you that next.
Hey, who's giving this tour anyway? We also have the Scout console, if the assignment seems too tough to handle solo.
Thank you, Lynn.
And Elma just said that, didn't she?
Yeah, and that's fine, Chris. That's why I said as long as it's not slash fiction. I don't want slash fiction with Rex in it. And Gold is also correct, Cahill. Rex is not a child soldier. Rex is just a dude. He ends up being an important dude, but nevertheless, just a dude. Hi, Eleonora.
Yes?
I don't think I need to talk to her at the moment. I think I need to go upstairs. Oh, it wants me to go to the Blade Scout console. It's an okay father figure to Juju.
Hey.
Wait. Oh, there's the scout thing.
Ta-da! The Blade Scout console. When the going gets tough, the tough go to the Scout console. You know,
Luca, go to
get
sleep.
tougher.
If you do end up joining us, you'll quickly realize just how important this little kiosk is. A lot of the mission control assignments are too much for any one blade to handle. They tend to call for multiple members with specialized knowledge or unique skills. This console lets you search for and recruit other blades to fill those roles for just such an occasion.
You can't spell blade without team. Sort of. Anyway, awesome, right? So, you ready to join up?
Hang
Luca,
on, Lynn.
you
Take it
told
easy,
me you were
would
going to sleep an hour and a half ago.
I'm just saying, you'd have to be some kind of an idiot not to want to join Blade. Or maybe a crazy person.
Oh, and here I thought you might be pressuring our guest.
Apology accepted. Now, how about a little shopping? And I'm not talking about the stuff over in the commercial district. I'm talking about Armory Alley.
Yes, Cahill? Tell me. I am excited. Did you just buy this game on your Wii U? Because if so, you made a right decision. What? Gam got a vid of this. Holy shit! That is amazing. He actually got computer activated iguana. Like the guy who voices the Doctor.
So
that is
this
so
street's what we
exciting.
call Armory Alley.
Well, acts.
Blades can
the Doctor.
requisition equipment from any of the vendors here.
I won't lie. Most Blade members face danger on a daily basis. Having the latest gear isn't about impressing your friends. It's a matter of survival.
True enough. And that goes not only for your personal armor and weapons, what we call ground gear, but for skell equipment as well.
You can even buy whole skells. Can you imagine owning your own skell? Huh? Oh, right, the door. I think all that's left is the heart of Blade itself. Blade Tower.
Hey!
Yeet. I love that my head clipped the sign.
So yeah, Blade Tower. When we come here, it's usually to stop by Blade HQ. The higher-ups, like Secretary Nagi and Commander Vandam, will spend most of their day here. The government leaders, too. They're based in the tower. Guys like our new Director General Maurice Chassan, for example.
Blades sometimes report to the leadership here after we finish key assignments. You'll want to remember this place.
And that about does it for our tour. So, what do you think? Pretty amazing setup, right? You can't wait to join Blade, right?
Okay, Lynn, seriously, that's enough. We're not here to make a sales pitch. We just want you to have all the facts so you can make an informed decision to join us, or not. Now that you've seen where and how we work, hopefully it made a good impression, but your decision will be just that, your decision.
You're asking me if I want to
In
spend
any
more
case,
time
let's
with
head back to
Elma.
the barracks. Secretary Nagi will be waiting.
And you think the answer would even possibly be no? I saw that, Josh. It was so cool. Oh, this is mechanical level 4? Heck, I can't do that.
Yeah?
Eh. Cahill, there's a lot I like about this game. I have made that clear. This man's uniform is one of those things.
Honey, we're home.
Yes, very amusing.
Who wants a fresh cup of tea?
Thank you, Ms. Gu, but I can't stay long. I just wanted to pass along a request from your commanding officer.
Commander Vandam? Does it have anything to do with our new arrival?
Correct. He stopped by while you were out on your tour. He said he'll come back, but that I shouldn't wait to ask you.
Here we go. I bet I can guess.
You probably can. He wants to fast-track our new friend here for blade duty with a training assignment.
What in the hell are we waiting for?
As he put it.
The commander does have a way with words.
Makes even my pitch sound smooth.
I explained about the memory issues, but he didn't see it as a problem. And to be honest, given our current need for blade recruits, I can't say I entirely disagree.
Hey, it's not me you need to convince. Blade service is voluntary, remember?
Cahill, I assume you mean the
Of
Wii U.
course, and I would never force or coerce anyone. Well, friend, what do you say?
The
Can we
Switch
count on
sold
you to do your
gangbusters.
part?
Look into Nagi's eyes and nod firmly. Shrug your shoulders and shake your head. Fuck that. What I love is you can tell Nagi is a man who does not fuck. That doesn't mean he's never had sex. But he doesn't fuck. There's no fuck in him.
I knew you'd make the right choice. Welcome to the organization. Elma, she can start on your team. You'll begin training immediately.
Yes, Mr. Secretary. With pleasure.
All right. Welcome to the Cool Kids Club.
Also, little detail. Lynn has hair clips
Now,
in the shape of the
let's
Monado.
discuss that training assignment.
It's purely an Easter
We've
egg.
decided to start you out on a probe installation, just to get your feet wet.
I guess we should back up a bit. Here in New LA, we're using a specialized computer system called Frontier Nav to help us deploy a sensor grid across Mira. A network of data probes that allows us to monitor conditions and collect all kinds of information about the planet.
Expanding that grid and filling in the blind spots is one of Blade's highest priorities. Here, take a look at this. What you're seeing on screen is a terrain map that includes New LA and the surrounding landmass. As you can see, we've divided the area into a series of hexagonal blocks.
I can see that.
Call these blocks segments. Together, they form our grid. We determined this was the most efficient pattern, given the limited range of our probes. Based on it, we know exactly where we need the probes to go. Now we just have to install them.
The sooner the better, as far as I'm concerned. The Frontier Nav probes can also detect the general locations of living things in the vicinity, which comes in handy if we need to track down a blade or another citizen.
Yes, quite handy indeed. So for this first exercise, you'll be heading here, to that white segment. Go there, install the data probe, and then come back home.
Got it. East of the city.
In that case, we can take the East Gate out of the administrative district, right? We should be there in no time.
I'll leave the details on the data probe installation procedure to you, Elma.
Of course, Mr. Secretary. All right, you two, shall we?
Shadow Mage, I will look at fixing that balance in a moment.
Let's go install the hell out of that probe.
Because you're right, it's a little loud. Hello, Gummy. Hello, Gummy. Oh yeah, it is an issue with the mixing. But if I can... Nope, there are no sound settings. Whoops. Okay, so I literally can't even try. Yeah, the games generally have good music, and they want you to hear that good music. The games generally have subpar writing, and they don't want you to hear that either.
Man, am I glad we pulled an assignment to the east of the city this time. It'd be a long walk all the way back over to the west gate.
Hold on. Are we even sure the east gate will be open? Last I heard, it was still on lockdown from all the high-level indigent activity.
It was, but they just lowered the threat level earlier today. The gates are officially open for business. One of our teams must have gone out there and kicked some furry indigent butt, huh?
Suggest that it was Irina and Gwen. Juice, sometimes there's jittery camera. I don't know why. It just happens.
Wouldn't surprise me at all. Irina's team is one of our best.
How does she know Irina and Gwen?
We ran into them just before we met up with you. They were on their way out to an assignment.
Well, then that settles it. It must have been them, right? Man, forget this amateur hour probe baloney. Those guys are where the action's at.
I'll try not to take that personally. But enough talk. We've got our mission to deal with. Let's head out.
Roger. That probe isn't gonna install itself. Let's get to the east gate, shall we?
So Lynn has joined us, by the way, and I know it's a common trope. I fucking love it. The 13-year-old girl is our tank. So this is something that is on the Wii U screen. Your map and the probes you put down, they're shown on the Wii U screen. I'm sorry, on your handheld comm device. So you won't be able to see that, but we can figure it out.
Yes, I won't stop there.
You know, that is a fair point, Josh. Love this so much. God, look how pretty that sky is. With the big-ass moon and the little moon and the bigger-ass moon.
I'll start things at range. Follow my lead. Target inside of them. Shadow strike. Assault hammer. Chrome armor. Early bird. That could have dented him. Move in and keep it with the goal. See how you like this. That's it. Melee strikes.
This guy's got a lot of health, and he's also quite stretchy.
Flame grenade. Lighting slinger.
Oh no, I'm going to die.
I'm done for.
So that went well. It's fine. Oh, Gold, I didn't forget about the lyrics. The lyrics are the most important thing. Let's try this again.
Follow my lead. Target in sight. Fire, fireball. Shadow strike. Ready? Too bad.
Wow, and get down.
Chrome armor. I've lost my balance. Assault hammer. That's intentional. Move it and keep them going. See how you like this?
Okay. Focus on Lin is actually good. Focused on me is not.
Whoa! Who cares how big they are?
See how you like this? Shadow strike. Ready? Too bad.
Birdie, hello. I love this song, even with the terrible lyrics.
Tough. Touch me up. Spectacularly done. Nice work.
Oh, Juice. You have no idea. But also, I love it. So yeah, there's a bunch of these guys around. And I'm gonna try to take out just one more.
I'm attacking. Move in. Slit edge. Shadow strike. Assault hammer. See how you like this? You're tough. Touch me up.
Unfortunately, I currently have no healing arts of any kind.
In trouble. Heal me.
Would that I could, Elma. Whoops!
Wow, you still can. This is wearing me down. I'm not gonna make it.
As I said, Black Tar is a track that people generally don't like at the beginning, and some people grow to like. Myself included. I adore it. It took time to get there. Okay. I'm gonna fuck with these guys less. Shadow Mage, thank you for confirming that you're not a bot. That giant sky beam, that's an indication of where you can put down a probe. These areas, by the way, these are very useful. You can use these to basically, you essentially sleep. It's a way to change the time. And they're scattered all over.
You think you're above me? Engaging.
Hello, Capybara friend.
I have the shot.
Oh, he popped his tail. Oh no. Monkey. But they are not asleep.
What the hell happened here? You don't think that one Sinicula could have killed all these simius? Unless... what?
This is bad.
What's bad? I don't follow you.
That Sinicula. It's a tyrant.
Huh? But it looks just like any other Sinicula.
Think about it. Your typical simius is way higher up on the food chain than your typical Sinicula, right? Usually we'd find one simius standing over 3 or 4 Sinicula corpses. But here, the tables have been turned. And I don't see a single trace of any other indigents in the area. There's only one explanation. That Sinicula is a tyrant.
Tyrants are this
Let me
game's
check the
equivalent
Blade
of
Report
unique
database.
enemies.
If there's a tyrant this close to the city, someone must have run across it. Bingo. There was a Sinicula tyrant sighted not too long ago, but it was a couple of segments further out.
It could have followed the blade that spotted it back towards New LA, or come here to feed, or who knows what.
That's crazy. I can't believe there's a tyrant right on our doorstep and HQ isn't doing a thing about it.
Well, don't forget why they sent us here in the first place. Frontier Nav's range is still limited.
Oh, right. They couldn't track it if there's no local probe. They must have lost it when it went off the grid.
Suggest killing the tyrant? I know what a tyrant is.
Whoa, whoa, whoa there, rookie. We're talking about a tyrant here. Do you even understand what that means?
We should probably explain. Tyrant is our term for any indigenous life form that falls outside of our usual threat ranking system.
Yeah, I get it.
In other words, they're too powerful for us to even measure how dangerous they would be to take on.
And too powerful doesn't always just mean physically strong. If a creature has even a single especially nasty trait, it's classified as a tyrant.
Even some of Blade's very best teams have come back with serious injuries after running into a tyrant in the field. If they come back at all.
Correct, Gold. They're very, very incompetent. Yeah, we can't just leave it.
As long as you understand the risks involved. Lynn?
Count me in. The same goes for everyone in New LA, but if we're gonna settle here on this planet, we're gonna have to get used to dealing with tyrants now and then. Besides, if I need to, I can always run away while it's busy chewing on one of you guys.
Fair enough. But don't push it, okay? Either of you. If we can take it down, great, but if not, even just luring it away would be a moral victory. As long as we buy enough time to install the probe, we can use Frontier Nav to track it, or any other tyrant that comes this close to the city from now on. Just make sure you're ready before we attack. This will be tougher than anything else we've faced.
Well, a completely non-violent enemy just squashed me a little while ago, so this will be fine. Important to equip your best before charging in. So, that's a good piece of advice. Let's take a look at our equipment. We've only got one assault rifle, nothing I can do about that. I have advanced iron blades, but I cannot use dual swords with my current class. However, the iron knife is better than the proto knife. Slightly higher attack. It also has higher stability, which means it's more likely to get the good attack. Yeah, definitely an upgrade. This is better for physical, worse for ether. This guy's more likely to be physical. And yes, left and right arms are different armor sets, so you can build some really cool looking things. That's just over the top. Interestingly, certain armor pieces also increase your HP, not just your defense. So in spite of the fact that this is slightly better defense, I'm gonna go with one of these two. I think the Worn Survival Sleeve, just for the extra 100 HP. Can't wear the combat footwear because it has a level requirement of 12. The prototype boots, though, are a good step up. I can check the same thing for Elma. Yeah, there's nothing really good for Elma or Lynn. That's fine. But now we can also check arts, because this is a thing you have to do for all of your characters. And it can be a lot. I'm gonna do a lot of this off stream. But we are able to upgrade our various arts. I've got 28 battle points. You can see at the top there. Current battle points 28. And to upgrade these would take, in this case, 28 battle points should allow me to upgrade most of these. Assault Hammer is an important one just because I'm reducing the cooldown there. It also makes the topple last a bit longer. And I've still got 12 points. Can I upgrade? I can upgrade Assault Hammer again, which is lovely. What can I upgrade for Elma? Stream Edge is very important for her. As is Sliding Slinger. Although she doesn't yet have her best attack. Which one is it? You can see here what the upcoming arts are. Ghost Factory. Ghost Factory is Elma's best art by far. It grants decoy. The decoy status basically means you make clones and the enemies attack your clones instead of you. So it's basically just a guaranteed way to avoid damage. It is kind of broken and I love it. And then for Lynn, while down can topple, which again is lovely.
They call me
Hey! Bro, thank you so much for the raid. It is much appreciated. Cahill or Juice, can you throw a shout out at Crow? Hello, Wax. I'm currently playing Xenoblade Chronicles X, one of my favorite games, in spite of all of its flaws. It looks like my mods have been have fallen asleep. Hello, Rotty. What is Icarus? I've never heard of it. I mean, I've heard of Icarus the character, but not the game. Yes! Everybody, please give your best cuddles to Forever Rotten. In spite of the name, they're very cute and well deserved. They deserve all of the cuddles. Ah, Wax, you can escape if you don't take the roads. You've got to have a flying car like in Back to the Future. A new survival game from Dean Hall. Sounds interesting. I'll take a look at it. Okay. Defeat Volkamp, the Pursuer.
Didn't have to be like this.
I'll start rings in range. Follow my lead.
Who is level 5, but is still pretty tough.
I'm off balance.
Nice, Chris.
Appreciate it.
That was intense. Move in and keep the rhythm going. Shadow, see how you like this? Assault hammer. Upper hand. I owe you one. Success. Now move in. Slide. Flinger. Chrome armor.
Appreciate it.
Split edge. That's it. Melee strike. Shadow strike. Sliding. Flinger. That's it. Move in and keep the rhythm going. I've lost my balance. See how you like this? Upper hand.
I appreciate the help.
We are awesome!
I mean, Wax, the whole Xenoblade series is great.
Fought well. You did too. Now let's get down to business and install that data probe. If we stay here for long, there's no telling what other playmates might show up. This beam of light indicates a frontier nav site. It marks
I
the
have
ideal
Wax.
spot to
I'm a
bury the
huge
probe.
fan of his work. And yes, Josh, it really does make it
Okay,
feel like
the
you're
probe should be ready
playing
for
an
insertion.
anime.
I'll just boot it up.
Thanks, Lynn. The top half of the cylinder contains the probe itself. The bottom half is a laser. It dissolves the soil so the probe can burrow to the proper depth. We tried just planting them on the surface at first, but we kept running into problems with the local wildlife damaging the goods. Burying them is going to save us all a lot of time and headaches in the long run. We all set?
Yeah, Wax, I
Whenever
think...
you're ready.
I
Why
think
don't you
he
do the
gave a
honors?
lot of
You can
people
launch it
their
right
love
from
of
your comm
Xenoblade
device.
Chronicles.
Give it a try.
I already loved the game when I first discovered his playthrough, but there was a lot I discovered from that I never knew before, and it was lovely.
Good. Now we just need to give it a minute to reach the target depth.
One of the things I like, Chaga also seems to be a genuinely nice guy.
And installation complete. We are now online with a solid connection to Frontier Nav.
Excellent. See, at the end of the day, there's really not much to it. The hardest part was calculating the ideal probe locations. We need them spread out evenly to maximize data collection.
Yep, planting probes is easy. And the more
How
we
was that,
plant,
Chris?
the more likely we are to find missing crew. So anytime you see a probe site, there's no excuse not to plant that sucker.
That'll do it for your training. Let's head back to the barracks and report to Secretary Nagi.
Effort has its own reward.
That's
True on anything.
I'm Lau, a Pathfinder. We're gonna grow Frontier Nav. We need to install more data probes. To plant one, simply approach a vacant Frontier Nav probe site and press the A button. This requires your mechanical skill level be up to snuff, so don't forget to level it up. Now all that's left is to report back to base. But first I'll let you in on a secret. A giant beast like that is usually best engaged with a skull. Neutralizing a foe like that on foot, especially a tyrant, is pretty risky, so be careful about such things in the future, okay? Yeah, there are several Runaway Guys series that have become favorites of mine. Heck, it's how I found out about Dokapon Kingdom, which has very nearly ruined several relationships. Well, friendships. Those are relationships. I know words. Oh! You're level 9. You're a bit much for me. You're also level 9. Where are the level 7s at? There we go.
Shall we? Engaging. Lay down some fire for me. I have the shot. Firing. Shadow strike. Assault hammer. Now, aim for the toppled enemy. Chrome armor. Oh, boy. I'm getting pushed back. First. That's it. Move in and keep the rhythm going. Shadow strike. I have the shot. Firing. My adrenaline's rising.
Don't murder Lynn.
Lighting spectacularly done. We got him. Let's move.
I've never played Munchkin. I once saw like a short playthrough of it, and it didn't look super interesting to me. So I guess I have to see more of it.
Great!
Wax! Thank you for PP. And this is Vanda.
Commander Vanden.
Well, now, look what the cat dragged in.
I adore him.
Sorry we missed you last time. We could have come to meet you at HQ, you know.
Indeed. I suggested as much. Twice.
And we know how much I enjoy being told what to do. Anyway, I hear you tangled with a tyrant, way out of your league, on a training mission, no less.
It wasn't out of my league.
That was reckless, and goddamn magnificent.
Heck yes. That is a lot of versions, Chris.
So, Commander, to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit here today?
Well, I can't just ask Nagi to do everything for me. I'd be out of a job.
Hey, I delivered you the new recruit, didn't I?
Yeah, you won the bet. Don't worry about it, all right? I'll settle up with you later. You know I'm good for it.
The bet?
I'm sure I'm needed elsewhere. If you'll all excuse me, Commander.
Well, that wasn't obvious at all.
Huh. Look at you two. I swear, you're like two children excited about a new toy.
Look who's talking. I don't recall ever seeing you file a request to personally train a rescue before.
Oh ho.
Is that so odd?
It is before we'd even asked her to become a blade, little Miss Stick in the rear.
Elma loves me.
Usually I ask when I don't get your slang expressions, but something tells me to just let that one go.
Enough about that. Where are your manners, anyway? I still haven't been introduced to our new recruit here.
Commander Vandam is Blade's top officer.
In a past life, I was chief engineer on the White Whale. Same
Yui!
idea, basically. Someone has a problem, I fix it. You follow?
Yui, hello. Thank you for the
Not much
raid.
for conversation, are you?
So you still haven't told us why you're here. From the look of things, I'm guessing this isn't a social call.
You don't think?
No. So let's cut the crap and get down to business.
You've been playing some Final Fantasy 14?
Sounds like you're learning my
I assume the new
expressions just
expansion?
fine, Elma. Anyway, first we need Chatty Cathy here to choose a division and pull an assignment.
Yeah, I need to know about the divisions, because I don't remember them, but choosing them is... It's not crucial, but it's important.
Pretty much everyone in New LA works for Blade, in one of several different fields. Helping to explore Mira, or to maintain order in the city, or, well, you remember Nagi's speech, right? There are 8 different fields in all, and each one has its own branch within Blade. Officially, they're called divisions. Naturally, you'll want to choose one that best suits your personality and your talents.
Wax,
Let's start with the Pathfinder.
you're allowed to be pretty unhinged.
Pathfinder's #1 responsibility is planting data probes, like you did on your training mission. It may not be the sexiest job, but important? You bet your ass it's important. We've only been on Mira 2 months. We don't know jack about this place. The more probes we install, the faster we can get our bearings here and give ourselves a fighting chance.
We've already detailed how important it is we expand the Frontier Nav network ASAP. So, for the time being, I'll just remind you of the highlights. It helps us keep Blade safe. It helps us keep the city safe. And most important of all, it's the key to locating the missing parts of the Lifehold and recovering the rest of the human race.
Okay, next up...
Thank you,
Intercept.
I need to sit up straight.
You met Akeloff and Evans, right? Irina and Gwen, this is their division. Interceptors have one main duty. Protect New LA and everyone in it from the wildlife here on Mira. Right now, this is probably our busiest division. Interceptors ride shotgun for the research eggheads, they escort VIPs around, and they help any other idiots who get caught out there with their pants down.
Next are the Harriers. Remember Doug Barrett, the Skell pilot conducting the test flight with Lynn? He's part of the Harriers. If you think of the Interceptors as defense, Harriers would be New LA's offense. They specialize in preemptive strikes on clear and obvious threats. But only on clear and obvious threats. They're not meant to go out and just blast any indigene that moves.
And you got your Reclaimers. These guys are in charge of finding the other pieces of the White Whale. Among other things, that is. Including anything of ours left behind after a battle. Skell debris, weapons, personal effects. It can get a bit morbid, frankly, but it's gotta be done.
I like the
Until we're up
reclaimers.
and running here on Mira,
They're
we
very
have this
fun
place
group.
completely figured out. Everything we brought from Earth needs to be treated like it's irreplaceable. Also, the search for the Lifehold. That's mostly on the Reclaimers.
Next, Curators. Curators are the first to scout ahead to unexplored territory, bringing back whatever samples they can get their hands on. Fruits, bugs, sticks and stones, you name it. It's not all picking berries, though. Being a curator also means being the first to encounter unknown indigens.
Next? All right, Prospectors. Prospectors do, well, prospecting. They poke around, looking for minerals, resources, and whatnot. Things we need for everyday life here. We packed all the essentials we could on the White Whale, but that won't last forever. We need to be able to replenish our water and fuel if we want to survive. And sooner or later, we're gonna have to figure out how to replace things from scratch. From the socket on a Skell's knee joint, right down to the frying pan in Lynn's kitchen. Without these guys busting their butts, we'd have no future to speak of.
Next up, Outfitters. All of our ground gear and Skell weaponry is developed in conjunction with private arms manufacturers, or AMs. Outfitters are Blade's way
Wax,
of
that's
supporting
fine.
these AMs. They'll seek out anything that might inspire new weapon ideas, and even assist with testing new prototypes.
Finally, the Mediators. These are the folks who keep everything hunky-dory with John and Joan Q public. Any problems a civvy has, they come to Mediators. Fight with your neighbor? Mediators. Lost cat? Mediators. It's not a division for everyone. You need to be a jack of all trades, and a people person. Someone with my
That's very
charming
interesting, Chris.
personality? Probably
Because
not the
curators
best
and
meat.
mediators
But if you
are
got
two
what it
that I
takes,
have
it's a
very little
clutch
interest
role,
in.
keeping things cool on the home front.
All right, so I think that's all 8 divisions. Any idea which one you'd like to join? Don't fret about it too much. Whichever you choose, you still have a lot of freedom in how you operate. Mediators can still get out there and mix it up, hunt indigens, whatever. And if a Harrier wants to take a break and settle an argument, that's their prerogative too. To be honest, even though it's sort of frowned upon, you can actually change your division whenever you like. So there's really no reason to stress about this. Alright, you ready to choose?
So basically, my understanding, for the way this works, this does not limit what quests are available. This determines what quests and activities give you the most experience. If you do a quest or an activity that is in line with your division, you get an experience bonus. That is my understanding of it.
Yeah, and we're on pins and needles here.
I like Pathfinders. I like Reclaimers. Yeah, so this boosts what are called division points, which are used for a variety of things. Pathfinders is interesting. I love looking for places to do data probes, and I find that very interesting. Defeating activities that boost division points. Defeating enemies, completing missions. Well, that's convenient. Harriers is, do you like fighting and want to get bonuses for fighting? Choose the one that's all about fighting. Curators are about obtaining collectibles and defeating tyrants. Prospectors are about mining precious resources, which you do with probes, and discovering locations. Outfitters are all about the arms manufacturers, which we'll go into, but probably not today. I'm tempted to stick with reclaimers. Like, planting data probes and retrieving white whale wreckage are two of my favorite things. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this. It's what I did in my second playthrough. Well, the playthrough I actually finished. And yeah, I don't know, retrieving white whale wreckage and planting data probes are just a lot of fun for me. However, since I did that before, I might just go Harriers. Get bonuses for doing the combat you're going to be doing anyway. I think that sounds great.
Then it's settled?
All right. Thank God that's over. By the power invested in me, yada yada, you're officially a blade.
That is 100% accurate,
Congrats.
Gold.
And welcome.
I know you're gonna do great.
Now for the job. Let's get down to brass tacks. Nelson's team has gone missing. Last contact we had, they were installing a data probe out in eastern Primordia. Then, nothing.
Nelson. Pathfinders, right?
Are we talking indigents here or what?
Your guess is as good as mine, but they did have a skell with them. You'd think they could hold their own, or at least run away.
Alright, we're on it. We'll head to their last known location and go from there.
Report whatever you find ASAP.
Of course. Let's move out.
Roger that.
You're officially a blade now, which means you can buy shit. There's other stuff, but we're here for the buying. And we can finally fast travel. That is another thing probes are good for. Not all of them, but several probes become fast travel points. This is one of the more interesting, like, side aspects, I guess, of the game. Supporting arms manufacturers. So, arms manufacturers develop new weapons. When you buy things from them, obviously they get money for that. And that helps them develop new things. But there's also this weird, like, passive aspect. There are various arms manufacturers, and if you use a weapon from a particular arms manufacturer, that also works as marketing for them, and they can develop new stuff. It's really cool. So step one. Let's see if I can get a new gun. Not there. You're absolutely correct, Gold. Reclaimers and Pathfinders are 100% the most, this is the main story groups. So yeah, there are a bunch of arms manufacturers. At the moment there are only 2 of them, more open up over time. So the first one is more traditional weapons. Whereas Granada Galactic Group is more about beam tech weapons, which tend to have lower damage but very quick cooldowns. So yeah, we actually already saw it there. My current weapons are from Sakuraba Industries, and so they got a bunch of, like, attention just from the fact that I've been fighting. There's not much I can do here yet. Yes. Please let me get a new cool gun. Okay, this is already a slightly better gun.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So one of the weird things you'll notice in the stats is that guns have ammo. That's how many times you can shoot before reloading or auto attack. It doesn't affect your arcs at all. And that cooldown is how long the recharge is for auto attack. So I can equip this. It's got better cooldown and pretty good ammo. It's not the best raw damage, but I think I'm actually going to try this. Yeah, unfortunately, Wax, it didn't do as well as it deserved.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Iron Riv is much shorter cooldown. Worst TP game. TP we'll get to. Yeah, nothing really that needs upgrading there. Elma, any new dual guns for you? Yeah, let's get you the Storm dual guns too. Yeah, it had very high expectations, and as much as I love it, it really didn't meet those expectations. Lower attack overall, but quicker attacks. I wonder if that might be worth it. You know what? I'm gonna take this just for the look. And yeah, Lynn has a fucking Gatling gun. Lower damage, but much better cooldown and ammo. I'm gonna take this.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, that's the issue, Chris. It's a very good game that unfortunately followed an incredible game. Okay. So yeah, I no longer have an assault rifle. I've got this. What weird music. Oh, it's still a good game. But you can understand people being a little bit disappointed, given that the prior game was not good, it was exceptional.
See how you like this? Shadow strike. Assault hammer. Ready? Too bad. Chrome armor. Oh, exhilarating. I'm ready.
That is a very good way of putting it, Chris.
That's it. Move in and keep the rhythm going. See how you like this? Nice. Move in and do some damage. Shadow strike. You're gaining ground.
Poor Wii U.
Nice work.
You know, the Wii U actually has an incredible library, and you can tell by how many of its games did not stay on the Wii U for very long. Oh yeah, no, the 3DS would have died 1,000 deaths. Here we've got a level 8 Grex. You can see by that red eye, he is aggressive on sight. We will very possibly lose this.
See how you like this? That's it! Melee strikes! Now, my turn.
I've got here an aura called Infuriate. That inflicts taunt, which draws an enemy's attacks.
Upper hand.
Leave this to me.
I have to
Hey.
stay in this. Ready? Too bad. Shadow, now protect. Fire on the top. I'll take it down.
I don't know how we pulled it off.
Lovely,
Excellent
Lynn.
strategy.
Level up. I think even my cooking got better.
Wax, no, this game is not on the Switch, and very possibly never will be. There was a discussion a couple of years ago with the developers, and it just, for technical reasons, this game is so kind of embedded into the Wii U that it may never come to the Switch. That's true, Josh, but I also feel like, to some extent, the Wii U is the reason we have the Switch. Yeah, Chris, I'll agree with that. There are other good ones, but those are the two that just make it 100% worth it.
Effort is its own reward.
Yeah, the gamepad would not be a blocker for this game coming to Switch. Because as Chris says, you can play it 100% on gamepad. But that doesn't mean there aren't other issues. God, this world is beautiful. I want to get up. No, more up. Less there. Ooh, but thing. It's done. How very exciting. And it makes very wet sounds. Mario Maker is actually another good one. There is Mario Maker 2 on the Switch, and yet I feel the original is the better game. It has less content, obviously, but the gamepad is so much better for control. Splatoon is great. I wish I were better at it.
It didn't have to be like this.
Yeah, there are these bugs that pretend that they're flies.
I appreciate that.
Ready?
There we go.
Nice work.
Honestly, yeah, Splatoon is amazing.
That's true on any planet. Look who's joined us.
Another one?
I'll start Shadow Strike. Follow my lead. Pepper fire. Assault hammer. Now, aim for the toppled enemy. Infuriate. Infuriate.
Lasers?
Appreciate it. Now, melee attacks.
The Octo expansion is something very special. Even as someone who doesn't play a lot of Splatoon,
Do some damage. Shadow
yeah.
Strike. Chrome armor.
Lasers?
Uppercut. Flame grenade.
You are correct, Josh. The other games do not do that at all. But in this one, yeah, the idea is they suggest things to do, and you get in battle bonuses for that, which become more important as the battles get more difficult, obviously.
Damn. I knew we would have heard from them by now.
It was definitely fighting something. But this damage, it's not the usual claw or bite marks.
No signs of the team. If they were eaten, we'd know it. So did they walk away, or were they taken?
No, we're going to investigate.
Right. Either way, they couldn't have gotten very far. Let's keep looking.
That's a good point,
What's up,
Chris.
Emma? Check this out.
That
I'm
is
picking up
the
an
best
Earth-based
suggestion
follow-up
ever.
signal coming from that direction. It's Pathfinder.
That thing over there, maybe?
It doesn't look natural, does it?
No.
It doesn't. It looks like trouble.
And look at this. I'm picking up readings for other life forms too. Multiple signals, moving around inside the structure. Elma, you don't think...
Suggest they must be intelligent life forms.
I think you're right.
We got
Look at
aliens.
their movements. They're controlled, orderly. They're definitely not wild animals. Now the question is, are they native to Mira? Or are they visitors like us? And if so, from where?
You think it's one of the forces that destroyed Earth?
Let's not jump to any conclusions. It's a big universe out there. Of course, we shouldn't rule it out either.
Should we call this into HQ?
Yes, but not from here. If we're picking up their signals, they might be close enough to intercept ours.
You there! Drop your weapons.
Stay calm. We don't want to provoke them.
Earth aliens, surrender now!
They know about Earth? You may have been right after all, Lynn.
Ha ha! Stand down.
Stand down! Did you already forget my first lesson? Fighting is a last resort. Our friends here appear to be able to speak our language. Which means we need to find out if diplomacy is a viable option.
You're right.
We come in peace, and we're willing to negotiate.
I wonder how they know
any
English.
Earth alien prisoners, we'd ask the conditions for their release. If you don't, we'll leave you in peace.
No negotiation. No condition. We have our orders. All Earth aliens must die.
It didn't have to be like this.
I'll start drinking fire. Follow my lead. Shadow Strike. Assault sight. Flame grenade. That's it. Melee strike.
man. These guys are just fucking bullet sponges. They're not that tough.
Early bird.
Sorry. I can't seem to get fired up.
Okay.
Side slash.
Heck, missed that.
Slinger. That's an intention. Move in and keep the rhythm going. See how you like this? Success. Now move in. Now it's my turn.
Hit him again for me!
Upper hand. See how you like this?
Leave this to me!
Sliding slinger. Chrome armor. Side slash. Chrome armor.
And let's infuriate him.
Shadow strike.
Wild dance!
Upper hand. Flame grenade.
There we go. That went well.
So much for the diplomatic approach. What's the deal with wanting us all dead anyway?
Yeah, I wonder. They did mention they were following orders. Maybe someone higher up their chain of command would be willing to negotiate.
Well, someone wants us dead. I got there an item called Humanoid Slayer 3. That is what's called an augment. We are not currently able to do anything with that. We will be able to later. It's like a whole fucking compound.
Lynn, can you give us an approximate location for that IFF signal?
Let's see. Seems to be originating from that building over there.
Then we better get moving. There's no time to lose.
That's interesting, Chris. I mean, it kind of makes sense. So these guys at level 10 are pretty tough. I am going to see if I can take one down.
Follow my lead. Target in sight.
Trash talk!
See how you like this? Split it.
Fire carnival!
That's it. Melee strike. Now, my turn.
Hit him again for me!
See how you like this? Nice. Move in and do some damage. Ready? Too bad. Side slash. Upper
Leave
hand.
this to me!
Chrome armor. Shadow strike. Chrome armor.
Dance! I toppled him! Close in!
Ready? Too bad. That's it.
These guys, you can actually break that weapon at the front. It's tough, but it's definitely worth doing.
Sliding nice. Move in and do some damage. Ready? Too bad. Upper hand.
Heck, missed both of those?
Flame grenade. I'm wounded. Use an aura. Get control of the battle.
God damn it.
I'm done for.
Leave this to me!
Move in and do some damage.
Sorry about that. We can do this! Trash talk!
Now, melee attack. Ready? Too bad.
We're actually not doing terribly.
Chrome armor.
You know, apart from me.
Sliding nice. Move in and do some damage. Ready?
was rough, but we won. But that's also not the only dude. There's a lot around here that's dangerous. I'd actually forgotten how early in the game you come across this area. I don't remember how to get up there. Oh, he's level 45. Okay, I don't want to get up there, it turns out. Up there, yes. Things I seem to remember that you do have to get to that bridge and just like not die. Everyone here is level 45. Huh. And this guy does not seem to let me get past him. Ah. I can get across that way. Which is presumably less insanely difficult. Yeah, level 8 I can do. These guys are called the Pro.
I'll start things at range. Follow my lead. Target in sight. Fire shadow strike. See how you like this? Assault hammer. Now, green edge for the toppled enemy. Style slash. Upper hand. Sliding.
Ow.
Nice
He
work.
bunked me.
Level up! I think even my cooking got better.
Oh, this is where we meet. I'm actually gonna kill these guys just for the experience.
Start things at range. Follow my lead.
I've got your cover fire.
Shadow strike. Assault hammer. Now, aim for the toppled enemy. Sight. That's it. Melee strike. Split edge.
Ow. And now we got some piggies involved.
Use an aura. Get control of the battle. We must be relentless. Side flex. Upper hand.
Almost down, but not out.
Yeah.
Hit harder.
Shadow strike. Looks like you've got a newcomer. Touch me up.
I'm going to...
I'm not afraid to do this alone.
I wish to run away.
Need recovery. I'm wounded.
I don't know how to disengage. which is perhaps a problem. Oh no. How far back am I? Chat. I may have been a fool. Because I would like to get to the end of this little section before I finish stream. But that requires me to not be a fool. Yeah, that was just way too many enemies to deal with all at once. Still, I got a particular kind of art there called an aura. Auras are basically just buffs and debuffs. In my case, it's a pretty nice aura that increases my evasion while also giving healing over time. Unfortunately, it can't be targeted at anybody else, so it's not like it's a super useful healing art. But it's still useful.
Mirren winds are not very compatible with my hair.
I know a good treatment.
Effort
else
is its
back
own
in the
reward.
city.
Okay, we got one level up, which is what I was looking for. Before fighting these guys, who are honestly quite mean.
I'm attacking. Move in. Shadow strike. Assault hammer. Now, aim for the toppled enemy. Sight. Now, melee attacks. Ready? Too bad.
Can't seem to get fired up.
Does this help?
Thanks.
Upper hand.
That unfortunately didn't heal them, but it did.
Move in and do some damage.
It did help her a little bit.
Ready? Too bad. Side blast. Recuperate. Enough to hold out. Healing.
I owe you one.
Leave this to me.
Infuriate. Infuriate.
But not
All right, I'll run with him. Now, flame grenade. Ready? Too bad. Now,
We got Topple, which is lovely. This is a tough fight.
in and do some damage.
Eh,
Chrome armor. Slit it.
ow. Oh no.
I'm done for.
Okay. Well, that's probably why.
Help me. Sliding. Fling him.
Okay, I'm gonna try that once more, and then I'm gonna end stream, and we'll come back to this next week. What I can do quickly is see if I can upgrade any of my new arts. I'm particularly interested in Recuperate. Well, as Chrome Armor, that's a lovely one. as I said, once more, and then we're probably gonna raid Barry. Because it's his birthday.
I'll start things at range. Follow my lead.
Hit him again for me!
Shadow, see how you like this? Assault hammer. Now, aim for the toppled enemy.
Finished yet.
Sliding slinger.
This guy I really don't need to worry too much about.
Side slash. That's it. Melee strike. Upper hand. Shadow strike. Spectacularly done. We got him. Let's move.
Okay. So one thing I noticed is these fuckers up here, after a little while, they do self-destruct. So I can probably use that to my advantage. But also, if Elma doesn't get stuck in a weird spot, it would probably help.
Shall we?
Lock and load.
Shadow strike.
We're gaining ground. I need recovery. Use an aura to heighten your power. And don't let up. This should tide me over. See how you like this? Chrome armor!
Shadow strike.
Chrome armor!
Sliding slinger.
That's it! Melee strike!
Side slash.
Heck!
Trash talk.
Flame grenade!
Hit him again for me.
Infuriate!
Top of this now.
I don't want it to end like this.
Shadow strike. Use an aura.
Fuck!
Side slash. Hostile neutralized. Switch to close range combat.
I would love to, Elma.
Sliding slinger.
But unfortunately, there's no way to revive us.
Shadow strike.
Heck. Okay. That didn't go great. And given that it's already been over 3 hours, that is where I'm going to call stream. Thank you everybody so much for joining me. I'm so happy to be back to this game. As I said, it's not perfect, but it is a game I thoroughly enjoy. I continue to do so, being back at it now, and you'll be able to see more of it next week, Wednesday at 5:30 Eastern Time when it returns. Tomorrow at 5:30 Eastern Time, I will be playing XCOM, and if you would like to check out the rest of my streams, you can just check. You can just join my Discord server. That's not how you spell Discord. You can join my Discord server. I've got a schedule channel. It's also just a fun place to hang out. I hope you all have an absolutely wonderful evening. I want to check that Barry is... Yep, Barry is still live. But yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful evening. This was an incredibly fun time for me. I hope it was a fun time for you. And I will see you all around. Have a lovely one, everyone. Ciao.